So I'm here with Dan from MrSpeakers. Hey man, what's up?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. So we're here to talk about the Etherflow, which is the new version of the Ether that just was announced not too long ago, actually.
That's correct. Yep, we announced it a couple weeks ago.
And in his hand right now is an Ether C Flow. Personally, my favorite headphone at the show. So can you talk about what update did you do to the 1.1 design?
Sure. It's actually not so much an update to the 1.1 design as a new design. When we started working on our electrostatic headphone, which we've shown and been showing in prototypes for about 5 or 6 months now, we felt that there was a bigger difference in sound quality than we could explain simply by the difference in mass between an electrostatic diaphragm and a planar diaphragm. And while I'm not sure I'd say it's an assumption most people make, I think it's probably conventional wisdom that diaphragm mass is the biggest advantage that electrostats have. But we felt like the sound quality of the electrostats, there was a kind of level of integration and coherence that it had that the planar didn't feel like it had. And so we started asking what could be accounting for that beside driver mix. And as we began to look at it, we concluded that the biggest difference was the physical structure of the motor. In an electrostat, you have a flat plate, a diaphragm, and another flat plate. The flat plates have holes or perforations through them, and that presents a very easy, smooth load to the sound. There's basically, the sound leaves the vibrating driver and presses through the electrostat as a sound wave, and then or the stator, and then exits the driver. In a planar magnetic, you have a different system. You have the diaphragm, and you have magnets maybe on one side, maybe on both sides. But unlike an electrostat, the magnets are bars in rows. And that means you have right angle edges that the sound has to pass. Instead of holes all over the place, you're squeezing the air around magnets and through a line. In our case, then there's another tray that the air has to go through. So you go around the magnet, then through the tray. And what happens is that as the wave moves around the magnet, you have a right angle, and that will act as a source of diffraction. And the diffraction will cause a small amount of the air to go off instead of straight toward the exit of the driver, like that. And now there's another magnet over here, and you can see that the reflection from here, the refraction from here will hit here and then reflect. And so you can create little small eddies. Now, the reality is those eddies are at a wavelength. This is a very technical answer. I'm not sure if you want that.
No, that's great, actually.
That you normally would assume that the distances are too small for the wavelength to be relevant. But I think what's going on is it's actually creating a little turbulence, and that overlays on top of the refraction and the reflection, and creates a loss of information. And so what we did is we filled in all the space between the magnets and trays, and then we put smoothed out holes between those. And that allows the air now, as it leaves the driver, to see something that is in fact much more like an electrostat stator. It will appear to be a flat surface with holes in it, and we've eliminated all the right angles of the magnets. And the result is a planar magnetic headphone that really has a lot of the resolution that you would expect from an electrostat.
Very nice. So what can you, if someone were to walk in right now, just not innocent, but just a bystander on the street, and he walked up to your booth and he said, tell me what this is and why I should buy it?
I think the answer, beside the obvious answer that it's a headphone, we don't try to sell it in the normal, these are the 3 key features,
Yeah.
I mean, we make a headphone that's really insanely comfortable, and it offers a really exceptional level of sound. And if you need a closed headphone, it's a closed headphone that sounds uniquely open. When I was designing these, I kind of knew I finished when I kept thinking I'd accidentally put on the open headphone, and I was having to check to make sure it was actually closed. And You know, a lot of that is the engineering that went into these cups, and also the way we've handled the tuning of this headphone. It's a uniquely open sounding closed can.
So when you started modifying T50RPs, you told me that 3 years you had a plan.
Yeah. The day we started the company, the whole idea had been to use the revenue from modifying headphones to fund development of our own headphone. And I had hoped we'd get it done within 3 years of starting the company, and literally we announced 3 years to within a week or two of starting the company. So that was pretty cool. That's when the Ether was announced. And then we announced the Etherflow, Ether C the next fall at the Rocky Mountain Audio Festival.
So what would you just a quick assessment, what are the problems with just the T50RP drivers?
Well, I don't say that there are problems with it. I thought it was a wonderful headphone and awesome to work with. But when you are working with someone else's technology, you're necessarily limited by the decisions that they make. And so to really do our own headphone, we wanted to be working from a clean slate and make our own decisions and make our own trade-offs. And, I think we had the advantage of learning a lot about how to make the most of a headphone because we had to work with other people's headphones, and then when we came out with our own headphone, we kind of had a lot more insight into how to really optimize it. And I think it's fair to say that the way we've implemented our planar magnetic driver is completely different from any of the other headphones on the market at this point.
So will there be a step-up program for this?
Yeah, we will allow people who had the original Ether and Ether C headphones to upgrade. We're doing the first run soon. We have to verify that the upgrade works before we'll extend it to make it available to everybody. And also we were a little bit surprised by how many people wanted the upgrades. I kind of expected, we said we'd do 40, and I kind of expected maybe we'd get 50 or 60. We had several hundred people sign up just for the first round. So obviously we've got a lot of upgrades if people want to, if we can make it work, there's going to be a lot of them.
And the Etherflow is available for purchase in...
The Etherflow is available now. Ether C Flow also. They start shipping no later than the 22nd of this month. The products are in full production. We're just waiting for the packaging.
Okay. So, thank you for the interview, Dan.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.